Hello, good night YouTube. So I'm back. Now it's 1:37 a.m. Jan 25 January 2023, which is 1:38 p.m. on the US time. So today, let me go through some Ethereum and Bitcoin chart. So let's see for the Bitcoin chart. We can see that currently Bitcoin is quite similar, stay of 23k, which more than same for the last few days or the last few weeks, nothing interest. But we can see that the Bitcoin is currently effectively break through the 21k resistance, now hold above the 23k. So now we should care about the Ethereum and we should care about the price for the next week FOMC meeting. So we can see for the Ethereum, currently Ethereum is break through the resistance here, but currently we can see that Ethereum, the chart is not bullish as Bitcoin, but we can still see that the chart of the Ethereum is quite bullish because currently has a bit of retracement and we can take off for the last bull for the last few weeks. So now let me talk about the one thing that interesting that will make us to make some risk-free gain through the Ethereum staking. So let me see for this tweet. So we know that for the liquid staking like Lido, we can eventually go to stake the Ethereum in the Ethereum network without need to actually hold 32 Ethereum for the Ethereum staking. So for this kind of liquid staking, we know that for this Twitter, 0x Hamzak, which is the last kind very famous who predicting the Luna crash. So we know that he asking the question that do the FXS with the Frax enable the Frax ETH looping on Frax land? But currently I think it's not. But since we know that what is mentioned is that imagine if the FRX ETH with the liquid staking of Ethereum in the Frax, the absorption rate of chain will accelerate given that LV retracement and product making fit going into Ethereum Shanghai, which with the next 3 months, Ethereum will go to merge the Ethereum Shanghai network. This is kind of the upgrade. This means that Ethereum will able to have redeem their Ethereum from the Ethereum staking from the Ethereum network. So this will change the narrative for Ethereum because a lot of people think that Ethereum is not that safe. But I think that after the Ethereum Shanghai, Ethereum might retracement because a lot of people will sell the Ethereum. But in the long run, Ethereum Shanghai will boost the liquid staking DeFi platform like Lido and Frax into a next bull market. So let's see what he's talking. So here you can see that on the January 2022, we can see that the ETH2, which is the Ethereum liquid staking balance, is increased exponentially on January 2022. So that's what 0x Ham talked about. He said that in the Q1 of 2022, which is the last year, STETH with ETH staking, the adoption took off because the STETH and ETH borrowing on Aave an attractive leverage yield. So let me go to the Aave and maybe show some example for you. So let's launch the network. So we can see that on the last time of the liquid staking, when you own an asset that have a 8% liquid staking yield on the Ethereum, when you borrow the Ethereum at the 3%, so you were able to make 5% arbitrage gain. So when you leverage it to 5.9, when you borrow it, you go and use the borrow about you put in the collateral and you digest it for the 5 times the leverage, you will add 25% of you for the risk of 50% DPEG. So let me make some example. So you go to Aave. So let me go to the arbitral network. You go to the market there. So you can see here is the Ethereum. So okay, let's go to the Ethereum network. You can see. So this is the liquid staking Ethereum. So you know that when you use the liquid staking Ethereum, like for example, you can go to the Lido, you go wrap the Ethereum and make the STETH here. you put the liquid staking Ethereum here and go and use this STETH as the collector and use to borrow the Ethereum as the rate of 3.2%. So you get it. When you have the 5% to 6% of the Ethereum liquid staking, but you borrow at 3.1 second through the second, you will earn around 1.8 to 2% of the arbitrage gain. So what you should do, you use the Ethereum and buy back the STETH and eventually put back into collector and borrow more Ethereum with the 3.19 percentage to get more Ethereum and do this for the fine time. So we can see that. So this kind of, you can do this fine time on the leverage. This kind of liquid staking leverage is very bullish on the bull market, but in the bear market, when the price drop, it will hurt you on the double-edged side, which hurts you even double. But so let's see here. So currently, what he mentioned that Frax ETS annually can add about 8%, and he mentioned that Ethereum borrow at 4% at 75% LTV, which is the liquidation threshold, create a 24% leverage yield. The liquidation will happen at around 11% of the pack. So you can see that he mentioned FXS accrue profit on FX Ethereum yield and the ETH borrowing rate. So let me make an example for this. So you go to here, you can see that there's a Frax Finance here. For example, you put 5 Ethereum, you can get 5 FRX ETH. So now you can go to stake the FRX ETH, 5 stake, you can get 4.908 of SF ETH, which earn about 7.6% of the Ethereum staking rate. So now, what he mentioned that is that you go to take this SF ETH. Currently, you can go and earn about 8%. So just now what I mentioned, you can use the same approach like go to staking, liquid staking, and I'm going to use a collector to borrow more Ethereum, and eventually the Ethereum price in the next bull market, if Ethereum price go up, you can use this to collector, you borrow more Ethereum, and if the Ethereum price go up, you eventually have the, you will have no need to really care about the DPEG because you use Ethereum staking to borrow Ethereum, so there's no really a DPEG issue. But you need to make sure that there's no some Luna case. For example, here you can see that the Frax Finance, when the USD DPEG, the TVL from 2.3 billion eventually quickly, like about 1 week, 2 weeks, it dropped to around 1.3 billion. So if no black swan event like USD DPEG happen, you should not really care about the DPEG thing. But currently, what we think we do is this kind of strategy is best for the bull market, because we know that on the bull market, when the Ethereum price going upward like this, we can eventually use the Ethereum to borrow more Ethereum, or eventually we can go to sell the Ethereum and take back our Ethereum and sell all our Ethereum into cash, into stablecoin, and take the profit. So that's what I'm sharing today. So in the next review, we can see you. I will teach you all more about DeFi, and we will analyze more about the chart, about the market, how we can eventually prepare for the next bull market in the 2024 halving.